A win tonight will make Jong Jin-nan the most dominant women's champion in one history. She's currently tied with Angela Lee at 4 defenses. She'll overtake Lee if she beats Nicolini. Can she handle Nicolini's BJJ World Champion grappling? If she beats Nicolini tonight, Jong Jin-nan will have cleared out the entire division, Dragon.
But if she wants to do that, Michael, which is already a tall task, she needs to rely on her takedown defense. She's a tremendous striker, but we've seen in the past that Jong Jin-nan is a great anti-wrestler. She is able to stop takedowns, and it's going to be the most important aspect of this entire match. Can Michelle Nicolini get the takedown, or can Jong Jin-nan stop Michelle Nicolini's attempts at the takedown? Look at the way she does this. She's able to get these defenses, keep moving, get the underhooks correctly. She has been working extremely hard with the coaches over at Evolve MMA to make sure she doesn't get to the ground. But Jong Jin-nan is actually a really good grappler. I've spent a lot of time on the mat with her. She is incredibly strong. She's got a vice-like grip, and she is so fast and explosive. She will do a lot to keep you off of her, but Michelle Nicolini is a different type of grappler. Jong, like you said, Michael, is tied for most women's world title wins. But if she's able to move forward here tonight, she's gonna break that record. She's got the most KOs in the women's division, period. And it's her striking style, and she's to lean on that striking style here tonight. She needs to touch up Michelle Nicolini and really get this match into the later rounds. If she can get this match into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, that's really where she does her best work because of her giant gas tank. She's got very crisp boxing, and she needs to utilize that. Don't give Michelle Nicolini any extra limbs by throwing kicks, and she might be able to snatch up and take this to the ground. It's time to go.
It's our main event for the One Women's Strawweight World Title. It's China versus Brazil, boxer versus BJJ, a true clash of styles. Our global rules set for this one, 5 5-minute rounds in a world title match. It will be judged as a 25-minute hole. Here's Dong Lau. Let's do this main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds of 5 minutes for the One Women's Strawweight World Championship. Our 3 judges scoring this bout at Circle Side are Rosenberg Rossetti of the Philippines, David Wee of Singapore, and Scott Calver of Canada. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, she is the #2 women's strawweight contender and a 13-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, standing at 160 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 6 wins and 2 losses. Training out of Thai Unit, representing Brazil. Stepping into action is Michelle Nicolini. And introducing her opponent out of the red corner, she stands at 165 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 15 wins and 2 losses. Training out of Evolve MMA, representing China. Get ready for the reigning and defending One Women's Strawweight World Champion, the Panda, Jong Jin-nan. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Olivier Coste.
Right, watch out for the headbutt. the back of the head and spine. You both know the rules. Fight fair, fight clean. Touch grab if you want, and back your corner.
Final instructions from the boss, Olivier Coste. The world title up for grabs. Bobby Unser once said, success is where preparation and opportunity meet.
All right, judge.
Michelle Nicolini has done the preparation.
Ready?
Now,
Ready?
she has the opportunity to capture gold. Michael Chiavello, Mitch Chilson with you from inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium. One championship in power. Jabs early on from the Punching Panda, the champion in the black. The challenger, an 8-time BJJ world champion, with the octopus on her back in the Brazilian colors, Michelle Nicolini. Nicolini, if it goes to ground, it will be all her. She tries to pick that ankle early on. Zhong Jin Nan stays vertical. Nicolini holding on though to this ankle, Mitch.
Yeah, Michael, that octopus is a very good sort of metaphor of exactly what's going on. The way that she is transitioning to these ankles is incredible. Now she's working her way back up into the body lock. You can see the speed advantage that Zhong Jin Nan has in this matchup. And it was a great sort of tactic to slow her down to get into this clinch. And she pulls guard, elevates with the butterfly hooks. Now she's got those legs on the inside of the hips of Zhong Jin Nan. Zhong Jin Nan's going to try to kind of sort of cover the arms to make sure she can't start grabbing the head and utilize leverage to apply this. She's trying to elevate, and she's looking possibly to create a sweep where she can reverse this position and put Zhong Jin Nan on her back so that she can take control. There's the elevation. Good job by Zhong Jin Nan to escape that position. Anytime this match hits the ground, it's extremely dangerous. I kind of compared Michelle Nicolini to being that of like a bear trap. That out of nowhere, she can just clamp onto you, and then that's the end of your night. You can't go anywhere. And it happens lightning fast. So this is where Zhong Jin Nan needs to keep it.
Nicolini looking for a way to lock on and take her down. Now on the back, Nicolini throws the leg up momentarily. Don't forget, folks, Revolution is coming September 24th. 3 world title main events on the one night. Revolution, September 24th.
See, Michael, that's what I was talking about with giving Michelle Nicolini an extra limb, because when Zhong Jin Nan is throwing those kicks, it creates an opening for Michelle Nicolini to grab the leg and enter into a possible takedown. She needs to keep her hands going and keep those feet kind of to herself. Use those for movement, but light her up and try to hurt her on the feet with the hands.
Go. Choke.
Referee Olivier Coste stands up Michelle Nicolini. This is back at range for Zhong Jin Nan, member formerly of the Chinese national boxing team, Zhong Jin Nan. And at the moment, China's last remaining mixed martial arts world champion. Jab 2 to a round kick. Good combination from the champ. Resets now. It's all about the ground for Nicolini. She could not match the striking with Zhong Jin Nan. She knows it. We know it. Woo! It's the ground. Oh, smack bang! The big right hand from Zhong Jin Nan drops Nicolini. There's the power of the Punching Panda. And is she going to go to ground with Nicolini? She does. Hammer fist strike.
Oh man, that right hand, Michael, that was a thing of beauty. It was timed in perfectly. And now Zhong, that's it, let her up. You can't go to the ground with her. Michelle still doesn't look like the cobwebs are gone. She's still rattled. This is Zhong Jin Nan's opportunity to capitalize. You can see the way Michelle is reaching for the legs. That's going to open up her head a lot. It was a great setup by Zhong Jin Nan to throw the kicks to open up the punches to the head. I was wrong. That was beautiful, Michael. Look at that. Caught her again with
it. Shrugs her off. Zhong Jin Nan slings the legs now, the champion, and says, get up, Michelle. Nicolini has tasted the power of the Punching Panda, and she didn't like it.
But Michelle's gonna get a break here in about 30 seconds. She's gonna survive this round. Maybe she can get her bearings back. But Michelle has proven through history that she is most dangerous in these first 5. And if you can get past those first 5, now that leads to possible success. Nice takedown there. The way she kept that leg. It's a double-edged sword with those kicks coming from Zhong Jin Nam. This is exactly where Michelle wants to be with the kickstand right there, a la Renzo Gracie with the kickstand trying to drag her down. Look at this, check out this right hand. Boom, parried that lead hand down, came across with the right. Michelle Nicolini kept her wits about her, look at that. Face palmed her, pushed her back down to the ground. Wow, what a first round, Michael.
Zhong Jin Nan establishing her authority with her hands, as she always seems to do. A lot for Michelle Nicolini and her team to think about. Folks, let us know your thoughts after 5 minutes at One Championship. It's our main event of Empower. Our first all-female card has been a roaring success.
Yeah. Okay.
Second round, set for 5. Zhong Jin Nan said she would finish Michelle Nicolini. Said there was no way it was going to go the full 5. Choke! Touch gloves. Plenty of movement, head movement from Zhong Jin Nan. Coming forward, edging forward.
Michelle Nicolini's got to be very careful. You can see the way she's reaching out with that left hand. Zhong Jin Nan's going to try to come right over the top. She's just there. You can see the way that Zhong Jin Nan is throwing those leg kicks. Michelle keeps reaching for it and it's exposing her head. She's got to be very careful with that. We know that the leg kicks are giving her opportunity for the takedown, but it's open up her face, and Zhong Jin Nan is going to light her up with that. Beautiful takedown defense. Saw it coming. Easily stepped away from that. Michelle's got to set that up. She's got to come in with the punches, get Zhong Jin Nan to raise her hands, and then shoot him for the takedown. Right up against the wall is a good time to do so, too. Zhong Jin Nan does her best work when she's going forward. Nice leg kick there. Looks like Michelle just fell down.
Go.
Michelle Nicolini's looking gassed right now, Michael. You can see now that Zhong Jin Nan's starting to feel herself, starting to push forward, nice and light on her feet. Think about Zhong Jin Nan, she's got a massive gas tank. She does not get tired. I've never seen her get tired, and she's done a Shark Tank. And just going through person after person. Those are high-level black belts, so she is used to being on the ground with very highly skilled Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners that evolve. And right now, she's having her way with Michelle.
Zhong Jin Nan, can she find the right? Beautiful jab, slipped it through the defenses of Nicolini. Overhand right from Zhong Jin Nan. Nicolini a little frustrated here, Dragon.
Yeah, you can see that it's a speed advantage that Zhong Jin Nan has. She came in with that jab, snapped the head back. It's demoralizing when your opponent is just kind of lighting you up like that, and there's nothing you can do. I like this strategy, the forward pressure coming from Michelle Nicolini, but she's got to keep going forward. She can't allow Zhong Jin Nan to control that pace and that pressure. There's that overhand right again. Stung Michelle, snapping the head back. I like the feints coming from Zhong Jin Nan. She needs to keep those coming. Get Michelle thinking about things. And now might be a good time to start attacking the legs. She does just that, but again, Michelle catches the leg kick and shoots and able to challenge her up. Look at this. Has the Ashigarami right now. Let's see if Zhong Jin Nan can defend this Ashi. Oh, she used the other leg to sweep it out. There's a heel hook she might be looking for. That's an Achilles lock. Pressure on the Achilles tendon. Not quite a heel hook yet. The Achilles lock is just painful. It just creates a lot of pressure on the lower calf. It's a painful maneuver, but it doesn't create the torque of like a heel hook that's gonna.
2 minutes in 1:40, Michelle.
Well, Michelle Nicolini, could she find a finish on Zhong Jin Nan here in the second round? But Zhong Jin Nan has shown tremendous resilience in the past. We know how hard it is to step out Zhong Jin Nan, and she's out of trouble, Dragon.
Good job by Jing Nan to stand up and avoid the ground. You still, even if Michelle Nicolini is showing signs of fatigue, you don't want to tangle with her on the ground. You have to stop those positions, find a little bit of space, and then get back up to your feet. Good movement coming from Zhong Jin Nan. I like how she comes in and out. Michelle is just kind of frozen right there. You can see the way she's reaching. I'd like to see Zhong Jin Nan kind of set those up a little bit, because when she's reaching for the head, or she's reaching for the foot rather, it opens up the head, and that's when Zhong Jin Nan could probably get that knockout that she said she wanted so badly. Olivier Coste is forcing that action. See just how fast and light on her feet Zhong Jin Nan is, but she's still tentative. She realizes that she's still got 15 minutes to work here, so she needs to pace herself. And just because Michelle Nicolini seems like a sitting duck, she doesn't want to overexpose herself and risk getting taken down and finished.
Tem que entrar no tempo dela, Michelle.
Quando a perna entra no tempo, vai. Vai com o pé feito.
You've got to wonder if Michelle Nicolini's gas tank is depleted here, breathing with her mouth open at the moment, Nicolini, which is never a good sign in the final seconds of this round.
10 seconds.
Backing her up, left hand. The punches of the champion are troubling Michelle Nicolini. The mouth open on the challenger. She'll appreciate the sound of the bell, Nicolini, and get instructions from her corner, Dragon.
Yeah, and this round, 5 to 10 minutes, was all about the striking of Zhong Jin Nan. She's smart. You know, you got to understand that Zhong Jin Nan has a lot of experience. I like this hammer fist that she throws. It's a different angle of a punch. You know, you basically got, you know, your 1, 2, your 3, your 4, but she's at like a number 5 punch. It's like this overhand fist pad that Allah likes to throw that too.
You see it. Hematoma over the left eye there of Michelle Nicolini. They applied the N-Swell a moment ago. Not much damage at all on Zhong Jin Nan. Just a few predicaments on the ground to get out of. Let us know your thoughts, folks, at One Championship on social media. Third round of 5 in our world title main event of Empower from inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Mitch, what would both corners be saying to their charges between rounds?
Well, I'd like to see Michelle Nicolini, if I was in her corner, I would be telling her to push forward. Do not allow Zhong Jin Nan to get on the front foot. She has to push forward, but she's also going to start utilizing that jab. Her left hand is kind of just pawing out there. See how she's reaching with her left hand? And what that's doing, it's creating an opportunity for Zhong Jin Nan to come over the top of it, time it, and land a big right hand, just like that. So we've got to see Michelle Nicolini punch her way in, move her feet with her hands to come forward into the clinch and get that takedown. And also start shooting a little bit. She likes that ankle pick. She was able to catch it in the first. I wouldn't mind seeing it here in the second, because Zhong Jin Nan, when she's moving forward, she's a problem, Mike.
Mitch, I know you've spent time at Evolve with Zhong Jin Nan. You've sparred her. How hard does she hit?
She hits it really hard, but more so than the power that she has, it's the speed. It's really, really fast, and you can see the advantage that she has here. Michelle Nicolini knows she's going to the body, but there's nothing she can do about it. She's so fast and she's so explosive. She always keeps her feet underneath her, so she never really overextends herself to counter. See, look at that. Boom, boom. Comes in, a little bit low there with the kick, though. But I like it when Zhong Jin Nan puts combinations together. Michelle needs to go forward. It's kind of that battle of controlling the range. Who's moving forward? Who can control that center circle right there with the one logo? That's important. Whoever's in charge of that center circle is the one that's dictating where this match is taking place.
And Mitch, Zhong Jin Nan is one of those athletes who seemingly always comes forward and never gets hurt, and that is to mentally deflate an opponent like Michelle Nicolini.
Agora, Michelle.
See, there's the kick. It gave Michelle the opportunity to charge in, get Zhong Jin-Na a little bit off balance, and she was able to get inside the clinch. That's what she's waiting for. She's waiting for those opportunities. Look at that, jumping guard. Realizing the clinch, the takedown's not quite working. Let me see what I can do here. The panda holding like a koala bear here as he grabs onto the octopus and works her way to the side. It'll be interesting to see what the coaches tell her to do, where to go. They don't want to take her down, right? But she's going to put her up against the wall, maybe try to wear out the arms of Michelle Nicolini, but she's been grappling for decades. It's going to be hard to wear out those arms in those types of positions.
What would you do, Dragon? What would you do here if you were Zhong Jin-Na?
I think they want to try to shake her off. I don't think they want to put her on the ground because then you're going to go into her guard and give her that opportunity. But if she shakes, see how she's shaking up and down? The guard might loosen and she might have to readjust and put her feet down on the ground. I wouldn't mind seeing her push the leg down.
And as Dragon was going to say, with the referee come close there to almost stopping that one, but it doesn't matter now because we're straight back into the action, and I guess that Zhong Jin-Na has the result she was looking for with that shake, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think that, though, the referee's, it's hard to stop that because that's such a pivotal position because of the strategy that's kind of playing out here. You can see good control from Zhong Jin-Na. See how she's pinned down the left arm of Michelle Nicolini with her leg? That's smart. This is a very dangerous position for Zhong Jin-Na to be in. She's going to try to push down the left leg of Michelle Nicolini and maybe try to work past that guard, but passing the guard of a BJJ world champion would be a victory all unto itself.
Square the hips. Jin-Na, square the hips.
Tem minuto, Michelle.
Let alone an 8-time BJJ world champion and a BJJ Hall of Famer in Michelle Nicolini. Never has such a decorated grappler won a mixed martial arts world title, but that's what Michelle Nicolini is trying to do tonight. To do it, she's got to defeat the most dominant strawweight champion of all time in Zhong Jin-Na.
Good job to create a little bit of separation from Zhong Jin-Na to drop a little bit of the ground and pound. I'd like to see her being a little bit more active with the punching with the right side, but if she starts to punch with the right, she gives the opportunity for Michelle Nicolini to create that space and look for a triangle. You see how high her left leg is on the shoulder? She's going to try to take Zhong Jin-Na's right hand and shove it between her legs so she can throw up that triangle and look for a submission. Now it looks like she's going for a Gogo Plata, trying to take her left leg and place her shin underneath the chin of Zhong Jin-Na, but I think she might run out of time because she's pretty close. Might go to an arm bar. Looks like, yeah. Ran out of time. See, that's how dangerous she is, Michael.
Another round in the books, and I must clarify, folks, I did take some world titles off Michelle Nicolini. She's a 13-time BJJ world champion with an 83% submission rate. But forget all those submissions in the past. It all comes down to tonight. And can she submit the woman left of screen, Zhong Jin-Na?
The audacity, Michael.
No damage. You see the hematoma growing. There looks like there are 2 of them on the forehead here of Michelle Nicolini, and she's receiving plenty of instructions from the team out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, is the 39-year-old Michelle Nicolini. Once again, folks, how do you score it so far? Do you have Zhong Jin-Na? Do you have her far ahead? Do you have Nicolini hanging in there, still with plenty of time remaining? The circle door closes. The penultimate round, 10 minutes left for Michelle Nicolini to get the world title from Zhong Jin-Na.
See, Michael, these rounds, round 4 and 5, we've seen it time and time again. Zhong Jin-Na is able to rise to the occasion, utilize that gigantic gas tank that she's got. She looks the same as she did in the first. Nice and light on her feet. I like that inside leg kick. That kick is very hard for Michelle Nicolini to stop. The body kick, she's able to catch, push forward, and rush kind of her way into a takedown. The outside leg kick, she's able to reach down and snatch that up with her left hand and get a takedown that way. But the inside leg kick, That one's a little bit harder to reach for Michelle Nicolini. I'd like to see Zhang Jinnan keep going to that inside leg kick. I like attacking the calf with the outside. Those leg kicks are going to be hard because it's going to be hard for Michelle Nicolini to be explosive and move forward. There's that overhand right.
Nicolini needs to find a way to swing the momentum in her favor. But she said earlier in the week, I know I can't go toe-to-toe in the striking with Zhang Jinnan. I just can't. It's not in my wheelhouse. She's got to find a way to get Zhang Jinnan down. And those low singles she's attempting to pick the ankle of the world champion just aren't working for her. So, Mitch, what are the options here for Michelle Nicolini?
I like the way she kind of rushes into the takedown. She kind of, I mean, I don't really like it technically, but it is effective. You know, if she's aggressive in her takedown, she is doing this, right? She's going forward. She has Zhang Jinnan on her back foot. She just needs a little bit of an opening, so she's got to find a way to create that opening. Right now, she's doing it off of kicks, but I'd like to see her punch her way into a possible takedown. You can see how she's moving forward now. Let's see if she can kind of change the strategy here. There it is. Immediately explodes into it, but Zhang Jinnan does the right thing, circles away, and is able to avoid that possible clinch or takedown.
Mitch, do you see Zhang Jinnan playing this same game for the next round and a half, or do you see her trying to finish Michelle Nicolini, or does she know that she's ahead? Does she know she just needs to consistently do this pace and keep Michelle at bay, and she'll outpoint her?
Well, I think with the feints and sort of the kicks, she's kind of got a game plan sort of strategized, right? She's starting to see openings, and she's starting to kind of, I guess, sort of the key to the door, if the knockout is kind of opening the door. She's setting these things up. You could see it just then, the feint to the left hook. She was able to touch her on the chin. If she continues to do this, continue to use these feints and sort of set things up, she's going to see bigger and bigger openings, especially as Michelle Nicolini starts to get tired and fatigued. Because that overhand right that connected early in the match was a huge door open, and there's an uppercut, right? That was nice. Good defense.
Is there a sense of pressure, though, Dragon, on Zhang Jinnan that she should be able to finish someone like Nicolini who doesn't have striking to compare with her?
I think pressure is there every single time she competes. I know Jinnan, I know she puts a lot of pressure on herself to not only perform well, but to represent her country. You know, being the first and really only Chinese mixed martial arts champion means the world to her, and she carries that into every single match. And now, I know she wants the finish. More than that, I think she just wants to keep her belt, you know? Being the first and only strawweight world champion, it meant a lot to her, and I think that any victory is going to be good.
Folks, these are the facts. It is all up to Michelle Nicolini to do. If she wants to wrest the world title from around the waist of Zhang Jinnan, time is now the enemy of Michelle Nicolini. She's got to find a way to get Zhang Jinnan on the canvas to keep her there and submit her. Because if it stays at its feet, Zhang Jinnan is going to continue just to dominate her.
But these are her opportunities, Michael. See how her back's up against the wall? If Michelle commits and goes forward, she's trying, but she's throwing that right hand. I'd like to see maybe cut off the corner, throw a hook, get kind of Zhang Jinnan trapped inside that wall so she can get that takedown. But she's trying to strike with her. She's trying to put hands on Zhang Jinnan, but that speed advantage is just too much, Michael.
Jab, jab, step and 1-2. Jab, jab, step and 1-2.
Final stages of the fourth round of 5. We're almost 20 minutes into this match. Zhang Jinnan has managed to keep it standing for most of the time. Michelle Nicolini is going to get some much needed instruction in a moment. They've got to find a way to solve the riddle of the champion, to pick the lock, to put the pieces of the jigsaw together and unravel Zhang Jinnan in the 5th and final round, because it hasn't worked out so far for Michelle Nicolini.
You know, for 20 minutes, Michelle Nicolini is still in it. See, it's that beautiful little left hook landed. There's the uppercut. She is able to find success when she has has multi-shot combinations. Zhong Jin-Na is kind of picking her apart, but Michelle Nicolini is still dangerous. She's not that tired. She still has gas in the tank, and she's ready to go, Michael.
How much gas is in the tank of Michelle Nicolini? Remember against Tiffany Teo, she was exhausted, she was outstruck, but she survived the onslaught to the final bell. But the cardio was a big issue in that fight. She couldn't get the fight to where she wanted it. And Michelle Nicolini is experiencing the same problem against Zhong Jin-Na in Singapore tonight. 5 minutes remain. Michelle Nicolini needs to dig deep into the well of guts and intestinal fortitude to do something, anything, to get the title from Zhong Jin-Na.
But Michael, the biggest difference between this match and the Teo match is you could see visibly Michelle Nicolini was done. This is not the case here. She is still dangerous. She can still get this match to the ground and look for a finish. But she's got to be more aggressive. There has to be some urgency coming from Michelle Nicolini, because right now, Zhong Jin-Na is starting to let those hands go. See how she just reaches out there and stops the head like that with the takedown defense? Michelle has to set that up better.
Nicolini, can she latch onto a leg? Can she clinch up on the body of Zhong Jin-Na and get the champion down to the ground? Zhong Jin-Na now coming on strong again with the punches and landing dragon.
Yeah, it's that second and third shot coming from Zhong Jin-Na. I'd like to see her put together more of those. Really start to put combinations together, because right now she's only throwing 2 pieces, right? The first shot is a distraction, but the second shot is landing. If there was a third or a fourth, she might be able to get Michelle Nicolini out of there. But right now she's up against the wall. Let's see what Michelle can do. Good movement coming from Jin-Na.
Let's go.
Choke! Jin-Na, she's tired. She's tired. Let's go. Push the pace. Body head.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Nicolini just
Okay.
take it. Oh, she might be hurt here, Dragon.
Choke!
I wonder if it's a shot to the chest that she took here. Nicolini
Yeah,
maybe hurt her.
that's what she's complaining about, but it's kind of a legal shot. Like, you can attack that area. Like, it's not illegal.
Body's tired, Jin-Na.
Nice little overhand right there landed by Zhong Jin-Na. You can see she's trying to reach. That's the opportunity. Boom, throw an uppercut.
Cross left hook.
At this stage, you've got to wonder what Michelle Nicolini has left. And now she's on the ground. This is where Michelle wants to be. Is this the time for Michelle Nicolini? She's still got plenty of time to try and finagle a finish, to try and submit the champion. This is Michelle's World Dragon.
If anybody can do it right now, look how she traps the arm with the overhook on Zhong Jin-Na's right side. You can see that arm is kind of trapped. If she can get her right foot out of the armpit of Zhong Jin-Na, there's a triangle there, right? So it's very important that Zhong Jin-Na keeps that foot underneath her armpit. Good. You can see how she's trying to get it out. Oh, she gets it out, keeps a hold of it, but Zhong Jin-Na rips the arm out to save herself from a possible submission. Man, my heart skips a beat every single time there's one of those altercations, because I know just how dangerous Michelle Nicolini is.
Push the pace. You can finish this fight.
Mitch
Jin-Na.
with
Let's
that
go.
attempt on the ground, coming this late into the fight and not being able to capitalize. Will that mentally deflate Michelle Nicolini?
Oh, she hurt her there with the shot. Michelle went down for a moment, and Zhong Jin-Na skips away as she's dancing out. Olivier Coste forces Michelle Nicolini back up to her feet. She's got 90 seconds. Right now, she's got to put the foot down as she tries to reach it for the takedown. Zhong Jin-Na, again, showcasing good takedown defense. And Olivier Coste says, get back up, let's dance for the last 80. Michelle lunging in
Michelle
with the
Nicolini
punches.
full of desperation now.
Trying to get that punches to close that distance. It looked like Zhong Jin-Na could have let the hands expose the fingers, get her in the eye, but Michelle says she's okay to keep going. Last minute here. These are vital 60 seconds right now for Zhong Jin-Na. She probably has a pretty significant lead at this point in time, but right now Michelle Nicolini is still dangerous. She has flying attacks in her arsenal. She can't do it, so it's very important that Zhong Jin-Na keeps stinging her and moving, touching her, letting those hands go and circling away.
Go 30 seconds.
Lots of high fives going on right now. Zhong Jin-Na pushes forward, gets tight. Good job again to avoid that clinch. The takedown defense has been the story of this game, and when things did get to the ground, Zhong Jin-Na did all the right stuff. Michelle getting touched up here in the final seconds as Zhong Jin-Na starts to let those hands go. Big overhand right, punctuates it with the leg kick.
Zhong Jin-Na is about to become the most dominant women's champion in one history. Completely closing down Michelle Nicolini for most of the contest. We expect the belt to go back around the waist of the champion. Brave Michelle Nicolini. Just months after the passing of her father, what emotion she must have felt earlier this year and leading up to this contest. But that lady there is so impressive, Zhong Jin-Na. What a tremendous athlete. Flying the flag of China proudly. And this woman should fly the Brazilian flag proudly. Nicolini, wonderful to get this opportunity. But it will not go her way tonight. It will be Zhong Jin-Na's belt to take back to China. Nicolini may lose some missed opportunities. Let's go to our decision.
To present the belt for this match, we have the chairman and CEO of One Championship, Mr. Chatri Sityodtong. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of battle, we turn to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still one women's strawweight world champion, Zhong Jin-Na.
No doubt about it, Zhong Jin-Na, the reign of gold continues for the most dominant women's champion in one championship. A glorious reign indeed for Zhong Jin-Na. And the big question is, who can possibly stop her? She has cleaned out the entire strawweight division. Who will challenge Zhong Jin-Na for the gold? She's amazing. She's incredible. She's the pride of China, their last remaining world champion in mixed martial arts. Their first world champion in mixed martial arts. And it looks like she's about to have a chat very soon with the Dragon, Mitch Chilson. But that is the big question now. Who in the world can possibly present a threat to Zhong Jin-Na?
And still, Zhong Jin-Na, what an amazing match. How do you feel about your performance here tonight?
靖南，恭喜你第5次卫冕成功。你觉得你今天表现如何？
我认为我会以后会比今天表现得更好。其实今天表现的我并不是很满意，但是我在这里还是非常感谢我的团队，感谢 Involve， 包括感谢我的教练。真的是因为现在是特殊时期，我们可能只能2个人在一起训练，而且还不能去 gym， 所以教练每天在不同的想办法陪我训练。然后我也会感谢插锤，因为插锤在不断的激励我们，在这个艰难的时刻没有放弃我们。
I feel that I am not performing very good today, but I think that my performance in the future will be even better. I would like to thank my coaches, my team during this difficult period, and also very strong encouragement from Chatri.
Yeah, give me 30 seconds. I wanted to say，我希望全世界的运动员，不管是双位还是原子量级，希望都能参加万千匹这个比较大的舞台，来和我一起去竞争，然后我们相互的学习。
I hope that everyone in the world can join one stage and compete.
What?
Well, the reign of Zhong Jingnan continues. Thank you very much for that impressive performance.
5 defenses, that is a record for women in one championship. Zhong Jingnan does it again and against a formidable opponent. She went the distance, but she came through. A lot of contests went the distance tonight, but there was one knockout, and that obviously gets knockout of the night. What a performance it was from Anissa Meksen, destroying Christina Morales. She came into the circle in tremendous condition and really put that one to bed. Our Grand Prix was tremendously entertaining. Itsuka Hirata, a big winner, as was Rito Fogart. Stamp got the job done and celebrated in awesome style, and it was Saw Hee Hum who completed the foursome, who will move to the semi-final stage, and it is up to you guys at home to vote to decide what the lineup will be. Who takes on whom? That one is up to you. That's in your future, but I can tell you what's coming up next for you. One championship pulling out all the stops to provide some outstanding entertainment, and on September 24th we've got 3 world title contests for you. Take a look at that lineup. Fantastic entertainment coming your way in one revolution. And you can take part in our fantasy game. Log on to the One app in order to make sure that you can get involved with that one. Play One Fantasy by downloading the One Super app. From Michael Chiavello, Mitch Gilson, and myself, Steve Dawson, I hope you've enjoyed One Empower from Singapore. We'll see you next time.
They said I was born just to belong. They called me weak, said I should be meek. They said I am just a woman. But when the world refused to see me, the fire burned within me. I told myself that nothing was impossible, and my will became unstoppable. I am not just a woman.
This is danger!
But a beacon of hopes and dreams. A pillar of inspiration and strength.
Good night, Irene!
A fearless trailblazer.
Oh!
Willing to go to any length.
China has their first world champion!
We are not just women. We are fighters.
Here's the heavy artillery!
We are role models. We are the future.
This crowd going nuts, it's deafening! This one is gonna be awesome! I could not stop this woman. You're watching something special. You're watching someone amazing. She is magnificent. Vertex hammering away to submission. So now she taps her. She taps her. Two strikers in the circle. It's going to be awesome. It is a battle for the strawweight world title as Zhong Jingnan looks to defend her strawweight strap, and Michelle Nicolini looking to become a history maker again.
One Empower. We are at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. The fabulous assistance once again of the Singapore government and its 5 people to enable us to showcase the very best of One Championship, even in these very, very difficult times. And it is going to be an historic night here in Singapore. It's all the ladies all the way for the first time in One Championship history. It's all women from top to bottom on our incredible card 24 hours from now. These are the face-offs where we introduce the athletes to you and build up the competitions with me, Steve Dawson, and as you'll see right now, Mitch Gilson alongside me. There is so much for us to look forward to, Mitch. Some incredible athletes and some major matchups. First among them, I've got to tell you, is our main event of tomorrow evening, and that is a World Championship contest in the women's strawweight division. The champion, Zhong Jingnan, taking on Michelle Nicolini, who is a 13-time BJJ world champion, so that will be an incredible clash of styles apart from anything else.
Oh, I can't wait for this. You've got the multi-time BJJ world champion going up against the champion, Zhong Jingnan. It's going to be fireworks, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss it tomorrow night.
I tell you what, though, not only that, but we've got news to break for you. We have a quarter-final stage of the Atomweight World Grand Prix. So we've got 8 women from 8 different countries, absolute top of their game. And the 4 semi-finalists, well, who faces who? This has never been done before. We're giving the fans what they want, the fights they want to see. You guys will decide what the matchups will be at the semi-final stage. Voting will be open at onefc.com. So once we know our 4 semi-finalists, you guys will be able to vote to see who takes on whom. And that is something I think quite unique, and I'm pretty excited about that.
The power is in the hands of the people. You, the One Championship fans, get to vote on the semifinal matchups. That's bananas.
It is a little bit crazy. The power is in your hands, so use it wisely, everybody. For goodness sake, won't you? Okay, let's introduce the athletes to you 24 hours ahead of all of the action. And we'll start with Atomweight Kickboxing.
In a One Women's Atomweight Kickboxing contest, Cristina Morales of Spain.
Cristina Morales, one of 2 women in this bout, making their One Championship debut. But she is very experienced. 55 bouts, 48 wins. So a lot of talent coming to the circle here.
And her opponent, Anissa Lisa C18-Maxon, representing France and Algeria.
Based in Paris, France, she's 33 years old. She's had 105 contests, and get this, she's won 100 of them. These are arguably the two greatest women kickboxers on the planet, and here they are, both making their One Championship debut. Already it looks tasty, Mitch.
Christina Morales, the three-time ISKA kickboxing champion. This lady has extremely fast hands, and she just explodes on her opponents. She's got a good right hand, and she's always looking for that big finish. This is a really interesting matchup because she is facing, in her debut, quite possibly the greatest female kickboxer of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And that is not an exaggeration, Steve. Look at these accolades. The pedigree goes on and on. She has won more world championships than I think I've had workouts. It is absolutely incredible, the accomplishments that this young lady has had. And now that she has arrived inside One Championship and One Super Series, I'm getting all tingly, Steve. This is going to be a really exciting fight and one the fans cannot miss.
I don't want you getting all tingly. And keep in mind, this is just the start. After that, we go straight in to our quarterfinal stage of our Grand Prix in the atomweight division. And these are eight incredible athletes.
Atomweight World Grand Prix quarterfinals. First up is Elise Savage Anderson of the United States of America.
From Michigan in the United States, this is a well-rounded athlete. She's a karate black belt. She says she's not just any random American that One Championship has brought into the circle. She wants to go all the way.
And her opponent, Android 18, Itsuki Hirata of Japan.
Itsuki Hirata is getting more and more popular, more and more accomplished, and more confident with every bout. This woman has an amazing story. She's so much fun to watch. She's shorter than her opponent, but this is going to be another thriller and a great way to start our Grand Prix, Mitch.
Yeah, Steve, 9-centimeter height advantage for Elise Anderson. And she's going to have to utilize that reach advantage if she wants to be successful here tonight. She is a long-range striker, but she's also got some really creative and innovative submissions as well. So if Hirata does take her down and put her on her back, expect Anderson to start attacking with those submissions. But Hirata is a different kind of beast once things hit the canvas. Hirata is always aggressive. She's always trying to pass that guard, get into a dominant position, and then once she does, she is trying to beat on you until the referee is forced to jump in and halt the action. Hirata is a judo black belt with some incredible finishing instincts, and she's looking to continue that undefeated streak here inside One Championship.
And as you can see, she's got a great personality. She's a real headhunter. 94% of her significant strikes are to the head, so she will look to take you down with those fists. That matchup is going to be fantastic.
And now it is Ritu, the Indian Tigress Phogat of India.
Ritu Phogat started wrestling at the age of 7. She's from wrestling royalty in India. 2 of her sisters have Commonwealth Games gold medals. She is looking at this as a second chance of making it to the big time. That shot at Angela Lee is pending.
And her opponent, Meng Bo of China.
Meng Bo has really been talking a big contest, not only about her opponent tomorrow night, but also about Angela Lee. She actually thinks that Angela Lee isn't a worthy opponent for her, so she's confident, she's got game, she's got power in those fists of hers, and she is here to make a statement for the world to see. Another incredible matchup.
Yeah, those are a lot of big words that she cannot look past. Ritu Phogat, you mentioned royalty, and that is no exaggeration, Steve. Her family lineage is the stuff movies are made of. No joke, Google it. Ritu Phogat has an incredible wrestling style, and it's crafted over decades of wrestling experience. She has a very aggressive ground game, and the thing is she chains her takedowns together until she is able to put you on the mat. And then once she does, she is looking to close the show, Steve. She's very aggressive from that top position, and it's this. Her opponents aren't able to move. They can't go anywhere once Ritu gets on top of you. And then those elbows start coming. Oh, it's scary. It's scary, Steve.
And don't forget, whichever one of these two women wins, you will decide by voting who they face in the semi-finals. Wong Bo, she says, I will knock her out.
Woo! Mong Bo has dynamite inside that right hand, and she is so accurate when it comes to putting that hand on people. She's like a sniper sitting on top of a building, picking people off. She is able to maintain her range and distance until she finds that one-hitter quitter. And if she touches you on the chin, she's gonna put your lights out, Steve. She's a dangerous striker, but the thing is that when Mong Bo started her career, she was primarily a grappler, and we haven't really even seen that side of her yet. So I'm excited to see how this match progresses and plays out.
Yeah, she's got fast hands, she's got technical hands, she's a huge counter right hand punch, so watch out for her. That one's going to be really explosive, and another wonderful clash of styles.
Coming on stage now, from Thailand, Stamp Vertex!
Oh my, here it is. Stamp Vertex is back. Lost in controversial style last time out against this very opponent. That one raised a whole load of questions. Those questions will be answered 24 hours